guys, you just saw me make my blueberry wine, and while I cleaned the bucket, I said to myself, why not make this Winexpert selection Nebbiolo, which is the same grape used in Barolo. Barolo has become one of my favorites, and my wife's favorites. So Winexpert, for some reason, can't call it Barolo anymore, and so they're calling it by the name of the grape. It's the same one, same kit. See? Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I filled up my bucket with a little bit of hot water, and I'm going to take my bentonite packet. It's numbered packet number 2, bentonite, and I am going to take that packet, pour it in, and as I'm sprinkling it in, I'm going to stir. I'm not just going to dump the whole thing in. I'm going to dissolve it little by little. In the water. One of the important things you need to do is to make sure the spigot is turned off on your bucket before you get started. And I always like to remind people to do that, because it's a very rare occasion I forget. Alright, I want to show you guys something really cool about Winexpert wine kits. Is they come with this little notch here. So it's like a perforation in the box, if you can get it to go. Of course, with the help of a scissor. Trying to show you something, it is not working out. Look at that, unbelievable. Only on camera. Alright. Well, the whole idea is you can put this sucker through there, the bag, right? And what you can do, which makes it easier, see how that is? Usually it's not that hard to do that. I'm kind of surprised. That was okay. So I got my thing. Most of the time I just use either this or pliers. Rip the top off. The box makes it easier to pick up the bag and pour. Now, one of the things I want you to notice is with the higher end kits like this one, there's a lot more concentrate. Or the concentrate is less concentrated, so there's more of it. So what that basically means is the quality of it is more. the Winexpert kits are a higher quality than some of the other kits that are out there. At least the selection ones and the Eclipse ones. So it's an interesting thing to note. So when you're planning on how much water to put in the beginning, you want to be careful. Okay, so I have some more concentrate in the bag. I get as much out as I can. And now what I'm going to do is fill this bag up, not all the way, but just a little bit with water. And what I'm going to want to do is get this up to the 6-gallon mark, which is that line. I'm going to fill that up and we'll be right back. Alright, so the next thing is I'm going to stir this really well. It's important to stir this really well because the concentrate is thicker than the water, and what you want is for it to be uniformly mixed all the way through. So I'm going to stir this quite a bit. Make sure I really get in and stir it well, just to make sure that it's completely mixed. One of the things I commonly do is rinse off stuff between every single step. You know, try to keep things as clean as possible. Now, the directions that come with this thing are really good directions, and if you want flawless results, you can follow the directions exactly. I almost never follow directions exactly. And you know, one of the things that the directions say is that if your kit comes with multiple packets of oak, to add them all now. I don't like wines that are excessively oaky. I think a lot of wines are excessively oaky. This comes with 2 things of oak. One of them is like a sawdust and one of them looks like little tiny chips. What the instructions here say, what I see here anyway, is it says add them all. If it comes with powder, add it all now. I don't see anywhere on here where it says if it comes with chips. So I'm assuming that you're adding the chips at the stage as well. Normally what I do with chips is I put the chips in the secondary and I put the sawdust in the primary. Regardless, I don't like too much oak. But my opinion is too much oak. So I have my one bag, this is premium oak. I'm probably going to add that whole bag here. I'll be right back. Alright, the second bag of oak says Oak French Heavy. And I'm going to look at that real quick. And what I'm probably going to do, because I don't like overly oaky wines, and that looks like it's heavy toasted, it's dark. I'm probably only going to put just about half of the bag in, or less than half of the bag in, because I don't want that much. And I could always use the rest of this in a different kit, or I could save that, or I could do whatever I want with it. Okay, but what I'm going to do is basically take my spoon and stir that stuff in. And what the kit says is that you should be at around 75 degrees, the juice, at this point. Now what I just did is I washed off the bottom of my top, because I like to snap the tops on. That's me. You don't have to, but I do. And the next step is just take the yeast and yeast packet, and I'm just going to take that yeast and sprinkle it on top. And just so you guys know that this yeast is a special winemaking yeast. It's not the same as the yeast you use to make bread. And finally, I'm going to snap on this lid. And I'm going to get myself an airlock from the other room, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I just put the airlock on. I'm going to put this aside now for about 7 days. It says 5 to 7 days on the directions. I'm going to go probably about 7 days. We'll see. But basically what we're going to do is wait for the specific gravity to get to 1.010 or less. And that might take about around a week to get there. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be checking to see if fermentation starts in the next day or so. I'll start to see bubbling in this airlock over here. Alright, so that's it. That's the first part of this. We have to put this aside now and wait, and when we come back at some point we'll be good to go. Alright, I'll talk to you guys soon. Alright everybody, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you like what you see, please subscribe to my video channel here on YouTube. And definitely check out my blogs, www.cookingitalianrecipes.com with the dashes in the middle, or my other one on winemaking, howtomakehomemade.biz. Thanks for watching, please subscribe, and have an awesome day.